Alright, it's Friday night. I didn't do anything last weekend. I was up West Virginia, so I didn't film anything, but I just pulled the hydro in. I'm gonna pull this weight off. I don't know how it's attached. I've never looked at it that closely, because I pulled the 3-point hitch off of my 16.6 up West Virginia, because I'm pretty sure it's a hydro hitch, because the handle's bent different. If not, I have another long handle I can put on it, but I want to put a 3-point on the hydro. I got a plow that I usually run on it, but I want to be able to run the rear blade with it too. So I'm going to try to get that set up. I might have to try to get that rear weight and see if I can get it bolted through the bottom and have it not sit too low. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. And I got the front tires for the 68.7 Super 12. And I started painting the wheels. I gotta go get some more paint. The one wheel I need to clean up a little bit more too, but started working on that. And I messed up the sickle bar up West Virginia, so I brought that back. It's got some blades that are loose, the rivets are loose. The rivets broke on it, so I gotta try to figure out what size rivets I need for that. But brought that back, and that's for another little wagon I have up there, a little cart. I gotta fix the tube or buy a new tube for it. And then I think there's one day last week I worked on this a little bit, put that front bracket on it, got the exhaust done, put the control bracket on there. I can't remember what else I did. It's got a battery in it. I think I ran it for the first time since I rewired it. Got the gas tank in, the gas tank straps. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for a gas cap. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Evidently these hood bolts hit the gas tank. I'll have to cut that top one back, or put it on the other side, because I think at least this one's shorter. But anyway, I got a little bit more done on this last week during the week. Got the muffler, got it painted, got it put on. I gotta finish. I'm gonna go back over and double check some of the bolts on it, because it's been so long since I started it. I gotta put a couple more bolts through the frame up there. I think the other side's missing one too. And I got some oil. I'm gonna pull this out, run it tomorrow for a little bit, and then drop the oil. I got a filter for it. I've had that for a while. In case you have one, if I can find it and all this junk. I'll show the part number for the filter for the 18 horse tomorrow once I find it. So I'm gonna get that changed. I'd like to finish putting that deck back together too. Might be a little loud in here. I got the AC on, it's hot. But I'd like to get those wheels painted, so maybe next weekend I can throw those tires on, get them on the front. Still haven't decided. I might pull the tires off of these and use these on the rear of this. I have another set of the wider wheels under there. And I think I have one more set somewhere else. But I don't feel like ordering tires for the back of this yet. I'm gonna get the front done. I brought my multimeter home from work so I can see if it's charging. The amp meter goes up a little bit, but I don't know if it goes up far enough. So put my multimeter on it tomorrow and see if it's charging all the way. I did take it out and drive it. Might have been the night last week. Yeah, it was. I went out and drove it a little bit. But coming down on the home stretch on this, gotta get the tires done and get some bolts in the frame, and there'll probably be a couple little things that are gonna come up, but so far I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't worked on it a year or so, so it's getting there. Not much more I want to do with this other than throw a 3-point on it. This one was my grandfather's, so I usually don't try to do too much with it. It's all original. I think somebody did paint the hood once because they painted over the gas cap, but all the blue's original. It's got the original seat. But yeah, that's what I got going on tonight. I'm not gonna do too much more tonight. I gotta go run and get some more paint for the wheels for the 67 tomorrow. I'll probably add some more in tomorrow, whatever I end up doing. Oh, I got the 3-point put on the hydro. I think the handle on it got bent because it kept on rubbing the seat on my other tractor too. I just had it on my 16.6 and it was hitting this seat too. So I just grabbed a hold of it, held the tractor and bent it over a little bit. So now it clears the seat. Because that's the original seat, and I don't think they would design something unless it had a pan seat on it like that back there. On some of the other hydros, I don't know. I think it's definitely a hydro 3-point though, because it fits the fender good, and it doesn't have the standard bend that a normal short handle does. I think I read somewhere too where long handle 3-point hitches will work on hydros, which I have a couple of those, but because I got this from a guy and I thought it was a long handle, but because it was longer than the rest of the standard length ones he had in the picture. But then later I found out that the hydro ones were specific, and that makes sense because I think the handle is slightly longer than a standard length, but it's not quite as long as a long handle. It might be, I'm not sure, but anyways, it's on there. My main goal was to be able to run the rear blade on it too, and I figured out that this is, first I thought it might have been like a bucket that had concrete in it or something, but it's solid steel. Looks like somebody drilled and tapped holes in it. I mean, it's pretty heavy because this thing doesn't have any weight on the back. It does have chains, and it's a gravel driveway that it's used on, but I'm still gonna have to have some kind of weight. I was gonna see if I get some washers and put it up underneath the hitch plate there, but I think it's gonna hang too low. It's gonna be more of a problem than it would be help. I guess I could go through the trouble of pulling the hubs off and then trying to put wheel weights on the backside. I might have some that have big enough holes, because I'd like to keep the hubcaps. Like I said earlier in the video, it was my grandfather, so I'm not trying to, I want to keep it how he had it for the most part, but I wanted to add a 3-point to it. Somebody added this where the cigarette lighter's supposed to go. I thought about trying to put a lighter back in it because I think I have an extra one, but I think I'm just gonna leave it how it is. Happy now, I got a 3-point on it. I think that's probably all I'm gonna get to tonight. I did get another coat of paint on this front wheel for the 67 Super 12. There's still some dark spots that I need to hit again. And I still need to do the bottom side, but that's a job for tomorrow. Plus, I wanted to get this out and run it anyway. It's been a while since it's been running. If I knew it wouldn't cause any problems, I'd like to change the fluid in the hydro and all, but it still works fine. I might try to put some thicker oil in the motor or something. It burns oil pretty good. I do have another motor I could probably swap into it and just keep all the shrouds so it's original paint there. It probably just needs a rebuild. I don't know if this hour meter was put on it in the beginning or not, because if it was, this thing's got a lot of hours on it. Or I don't know if they just pulled it off of something else. I like when they have working hour meters, because then you can judge services for the engine and all that. Because I mean, some of them I got a pretty good idea how much I use them and when they should probably be done. But I definitely always make sure I check it in this one because it burns it. Alright, I think that's going to do it for what I'm doing tonight. Like I said, I got plans to do some stuff on the 67 tomorrow. I might do some stuff on this. And then I got to change the oil in that 18.6 back there. I've been thinking about selling my SS14. I might pull the plow off of that and list that for sale. Because I got the other SS14. I'm painting the motors back there on the workbench. I don't know how good you can see it, but I know that one did run good before I tore it apart. The other one I got runs pretty good, but I just got a bunch of stuff. I'd like to sell that ST12 I got. I gotta get a new ignition switch for it. Other than that, it runs. I pulled the ignition switch out and put it in 67 Super 12. Then my 68 Super 12, I'll probably get that out soon and pull the dual wheel adapters off of it. I kind of just put them on there just because I had them. It just takes up a bunch of room and it really doesn't serve a purpose. Alright, Saturday morning, I'm changing the oil on the 18.6. This is the filter I got for it. According to the internet, that's the right one. It had a Mighty filter on it before. I just got it dripping. It was pretty dark. I never changed it since I got it, but I really haven't used it a whole lot. I wanted to wait, make sure it was good, so I could run it, get it warm and change it. So it's still draining out. I ran it for a little bit this morning. I'm working on getting the wheels painted for the 67. I just put the first coat of clear on that. And I'll probably put the tires on next weekend. I want to let the wheels harden. They might be alright tomorrow, but I'd rather not scratch them. I'm changing the oil on that. I don't know if I showed this or not. I got the hitch completely on the hydro. Tore apart a junk transmission and got some parts off of it that I needed. Put my other transmission under there so it's out of the way. I think I'm getting ready to start putting this mower deck back together so I can get it together and get it out of here. I ran and got some more paint this morning so I could finish the wheels. This one I still got to clean up. I started on it, but I never finished it. Alright, it's later on Saturday. I got the one wheel done and painted, got the tire put on. Still haven't decided if I'm running hubcaps or not yet. Get ready to work on a battery hold down. I got one. And the other wheel's getting close to being done. And I started pulling out parts. All this stuff here I want to try to sell. I just don't have a use for all this stuff. I got so much shit. All this stuff here. I got more stuff I gotta dig out, take pictures of, but this is the most of it. This stuff over here I'm keeping, but this stuff here I'm gonna get rid of. I probably have another 3 or 4 sets of fenders. Just so much stuff. I think I have another one of those grill ghost corners that I need to sell. Under there's all the, I think it's the full mesh for the whole grill. This stuff's off the ST16. I got some spindles. I have the ends and the bolts for the end of those. Throttle cable for a 67 dash, 68. Well, no, 67, 66, I guess it's the same. Couple toolboxes. Some other, a bunch of steering gears, seat brackets, SS14, 15, starter generator belt cover, another spindle. The other match spindle to that one's broken, so I got one. Like I said, I'm working on getting the battery hold down. Can't remember last time I recorded, but the oil change on the 18.6 is all done. Went through, tested all the headlights I had laying around and threw away the ones that didn't work. Pulled some battery cables off of the key switch. But trying to clean up a little bit, get rid of some stuff. If I had the time, I'd ship this stuff, but I really don't have the time. I just listed it on Marketplace, local pickup, see if anybody wants anything. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. I got the one tire on and mounted. And I repainted this front bracket because I kind of just threw it around for a while because I wasn't sure what I was doing with it. I gotta pull these tires off and clean the wheels up, get them ready to paint. I gotta order new tires for the rears. Here's the other wheel tire. I'm gonna mount it tomorrow. About done with the hydro. I'm gonna go put that away tomorrow. 18.6 is all done. Got the oil changed. Everything's alright with that. Figured out what size rivets I need for the sickle bar. I'm gonna get those ordered. I might go out tomorrow and rob the brand new set of front hubcaps. I don't know if I'm gonna put them on this yet or not. And that's about all I got going on today. I'm about ready to go home, get some sleep. But, alright, thanks for watching.